I'm not a big tariff guy in terms of our allies. I understand the objective that the president has, and I agree with it, but I just think it's inflationary. It's not something that I'm a fan of. There's a fair amount of evidence. So again, I'm more of the carrot versus the stick. Let's put something out there that's really attractive for a company to say, wait a minute, particularly if we're in a higher tariff trade environment for some time, that may be quite interesting to actually take advantage of that incentive and manufacture stuff in New Jersey. We are the ultimate innovation economy, and bio, pharma, life sciences are right at the top. So that's one area where a subnational, in this case New Jersey, could take an environment, whether we agree with the environment or not. I'm not a big tariff guy in terms of our allies. I understand the objective that the president has, and I agree with it, but I just think it's inflationary. It's not something that I'm a fan of. But if that's the environment we're in, let's think of creative, compelling ways to make New Jersey even more attractive.
One of the main concerns that people in India have, leave aside tariffs, because tariffs is another issue, is the fact that it's just become tougher even for legal migrants
for leaders?
For legal migrants, people who are there legally, migrants who are there legally, even for them it's become far more difficult to get things done. Students, for instance, if you look at this academic session, I think the number of students going to the United States has dropped sharply as far as India is concerned, and the reasons for that are obvious. I think the visa regime has just gotten that much more tighter.
Yep.
And there is this sense of uncertainty about making a life, making a career, growing a business in the US.
Yep.
What would you say to people to reassure them on these areas?
Yeah, I mean, first I would now acknowledge that the anxiety is real. You can't argue with the numbers. We have, Wes, over 2,000 students awaiting visas to study, most of them in graduate schools at our universities. Stevens Institute of Technology is not here, but I think 60-something% of their graduate students are Indian. So we've got to sort that out. That is a real concern. We had a constructive meeting with our mission, U.S. mission, this morning. I think their sense is that this has to migrate from a 3-month summer window where they used to process 120,000 visas around the country here to more of a year-round process, which I understand. That, however, has to realistically fit with the admissions processes at the universities, and that's still a work in progress. And then there's this whole question of surveying folks, social media, et cetera. So I think that ultimately gets, let me put it this way. I think that if I had to guess, this is pure guessing, the tariff situation inside of a grand bargain gets to a better place pretty soon.